Coach, we've been talking a lot about that full 40-minute game. Obviously, this is a win by a large margin, but I'm just wondering if maybe you can share your
It wasn't
evaluation.
40.
Yeah, it just if we could get your evaluation of
You
that
could
third
be honest,
quarter.
Callie, in this room.
I'm
Gotta
not
be
trying to
honest.
judge, but just wanted to get your evaluation of the third quarter.
Obviously, it didn't start out great. I had to call timeout quickly. But we ended up, I thought, going to a zone, got a couple stops in a row, and then we know we're a lot better when we can run out of our defense. Um, but I thought the zone helped us crawl back in the game a little bit.
What did you see from your bench in this one? I mean, it seemed like maybe that was the difference maker um,
Which half?
in the second half.
Yeah, they were good in the second half. Um, we didn't lose any momentum. We kept going like this. And that's really what, you know, you want from your bench is that when you put that bench in, it either maintains or it goes up a little bit or a lot, but you don't want it to go down drastically. And I thought they were, as a group, just a lot better in that second half, a lot more focused, and came in and really impacted the game in a positive way.
That stretch where the Sun were able to cut the lead down to 4 points, what was the response that you were able to see from your team to close it out and still win by a large margin?
Well, I mean, our offense was trash. So, turnovers, bad shots, rush shots, heavily contested shots. It's just like an outlet pass going the other direction. I thought they got out, got some easy ones. Um, you know, got lost. Les Sheldon open a couple times. Like you can't have those lapses where you're not scoring and they're scoring, and that's really what was happening. But when we're organized and we set screens and we're like somewhat like know what everybody's doing, we're much more efficient.
And then that Asia Wilson milestone, it you didn't call a timeout to like acknowledge it, but it seemed like there was still time on the court for players to kind of celebrate. Was there any celebration on the sideline, or is it just keep it moving? Still game has to be won type situation.
Kelly, we had this talk before. Great job. Good job. Keep it pushing. And believe me, she probably wants to keep it pushing too. We got another game tomorrow. Um, Great milestone for her, obviously. Impressive. Um, it's interesting. She gets all these individual like numbers and accolades, but I can tell you she would trade them in a second for winning. You know, win, and all that other stuff gets to happen in a happy place because you score 40 and you lose. That sucks. You can't celebrate that. And she's wired like that. She wants to win.
With that, at the start, the way that the ladies started tonight, going out on a 19-0 run, she gets stuck on that sixth point, and I'm not saying that they kept pushing for her to get the milestone, but it seemed like at a certain point there, shot after shot after shot, that they were just being forced and like, let's get this thing out of the way. That kind of felt like that. Was that
Yeah, very accurate. You know, we're better when we just find each other organically. We keep playing the game. She just garners too much attention to just horse her all the time, run something, get her out of some movement. Um, you know, Adotis was in the paint all night. They never called 1 3 seconds. She has two people on her before she ever touches the ball. So you got to move them and then let the ball find her. Um, so we're better when we do that for each other instead of just focusing on, you know, one person.
Asia outscored Jackie in the third 10-8, but it seemed throughout the game at different points, Jackie was hitting some big momentous shots that were going on little runs, even if it was back to back, back to back to back. But Jackie seemed to somewhat be a catalyst at certain points for the offense.
Well, the one she hit, the grenade that her teammate threw her, and she had to hit it with like 1 second left. That was a big shot. Not ideal. Jackie was probably pissed when she had to shoot that shot. Now she ended up making it, but it was a very difficult shot. Um, Different times, I thought Jewel came out really hot. It was different players at different times in the game. Um, KB came in ready. I mean, I could go down and like I said, the second unit in that second half was really good, really solid. Um, so there's more than one way to impact a game than scoring points. And I think, finding those players that take pride in doing little things for other people that is good for our team is very advantageous for us. But I thought it was different people at different times for sure.
Coach, when you look at the Aces' growth this season, what's one subtle development that you're most proud of?
I see lots of baby steps in some areas, just offensively, being more organized, being more intentional. Defensively, we're going to stay on them. I think our pick and roll defense can continue to get better. Little things like blocking out, stuff like that, like just little things that help you win basketball games that I don't feel like we were doing at an elite level early on. Like, give me those little things. But I think most importantly, like, we came out, we were playing really hard. And even though, like, this is professional sports and every team is talented, like, try hard teams win a lot of games just based off that. Like, they just try harder than you. And I thought our try hard was good out the gate. But I want the try hard. I want the heart and the hustle for 40 minutes. That's more of what I'm speaking to than like playing a perfect game. There's never going to be a perfect game played, but we can take better care of our effort. And then in those moments where it starts to get kind of sloppy, better at recognizing those and finding ways to stop the bleeding.
We'll go to Zoom. We'll start with Michael Vopel. Can you please unmute?
Yeah, thank you. Coach, if I could ask another question about Asia. Obviously the milestone's impressive, but the fact that she did it faster than any player in WNBA history, the fewest games. Can you talk about what that means in terms of consistency, especially for someone who I think has been the target of defenses ever since she got into the league?
Man, since I've gotten here, I mean, she's pretty much given me 3 MVP seasons. She's won it twice. She won an MVP before I got here. To be that good for that long is just, I don't know, like, our game has never seen it. So, even the year that 2023 year, her efficiency has been off the charts. 23 and 24 were just off the charts efficiency numbers for her. So how many games did she do it in? I don't even know.
238.
238?
Yeah, and that's next is Stewie with 242, Tarazi 243, and Angel McCautry 257. So she cleared it by, 4 games.
I mean, she's good at basketball. I mean, I don't know, how do you wrap her up? And then how do you wrap her up in the fact that we're talking about points, but she's equally as good on the defensive end?
Yeah.
She's just a really special player. She wants to be great. I can coach her hard. She wants to be told the truth. To have somebody that good that wants to have like real conversations and wants to be coached. I can look at a lot of around the league and around, a lot of other leagues where superstars don't really want it. They say they want it. They don't really want the truth. She's somebody who really wants the truth and truly wants to be great. And she's just about winning. She never gets her priorities mixed up.
Thank you.
We'll end with Nikias on Zoom.
Hi, Coach. This is 6 straight games of double-digit scoring for Jewel Lloyd. This is also 6 straight games with an offensive rebound for her. Have you been surprised by the offensive rebounding in particular? And in general, how have you kind of seen her settle in as of late?
I think she's been great the last 4 or 5 games, especially. I think she's just finding her rhythm, getting more comfortable in our system. But even before that, she was doing everything that I was asking her to do on the defensive end. She's a great offensive rebounder. If you've been doing your numbers, Nikias, we're better in that area. Might be a little bit of more of a point of emphasis for us this year than it has been in the past. But no, I think her just settling in. I'm not surprised by the shooting. You knew that was going to come. She's been super efficient the last 5 or 6 games, but also super responsible with the ball. You can put her in pick and roll. You can put her coming off actions. She's probably our best screener on the team. So, there's nights where I thought tonight, she came out cooking. I thought we did a poor job of just keeping her cooking. Like when somebody gets that hot hand, everybody got to be bought into trying to get her the ball. So I think it got a little muddled there because everybody was trying to get Asia the ball to get the record with it. Jewel had the hot hand, but Asia is somebody that goes with the flow. That record was going to be broke tonight, no matter what time in the game. That was going to happen. So just being more about the flow, but I thought she's been really good, and I want to start giving her more, ball handling responsibilities. She's been really trustworthy in making the right reads and taking care of it.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Coach.